I made my way to Total Wine in search of interesting artisanal wines from the southern Rhone Valley of France. I was looking for a good, better, and best scenario, and I found exactly what I was looking for with Domaine Brusset, one of the most iconic producers of the region. In 1947, they started to produce their own wines versus selling grapes to a local co-op. Many of the vineyards are on terrace sites, the vines are tended by hand, organic methods are used, and yields are low. Some of the wines are made in inert vessels, others see time in older oak. Total Wine offers promotional discounts from time to time. I ended up spending around $50 for 3 bottles of wine. The wines are also sold in a number of export markets as well. The first wine up is the 2023 Domaine Brusset La Boudalles Ventoux. This wine is made mostly from grenache with lesser amounts of Cairanne, Mourvedre, and Syrah. The wine is made in large vats. It does not see any time in oak. The price is $10.99 per bottle. I bought it on promo for just over $9. The color is a medium deep reddish purple with some fade at the edge of the glass. Prior to 2009, this region was known as Cotes de Ventoux. Since then, simply Ventoux. Also, aside from wine, it's also a famous place for cycling. It's one of the famous stages in the Tour de France race. And years ago, when I had my wine shop, I sold heaps of this wine. It was the type of wine that people came back for time and time again. Now, in terms of the aroma, there is a very distinctive red raspberry character. There's also a dried herb savory component to it. Good purity, it's expressive, it's bright, really fresh. Really do love the way it smells. And it's just moderate intensity. On the palate, that ripe fruit character follows through. Again, that very distinctive raspberry note is there. Medium bodied, and there's some lifted acidity. And that's very common with the wines from Ventoux. On the back palate, just the slightest bit of grainy tannin. I think the wine is put together very well. Now, it's a relatively simple wine, but there's nothing about this that feels mass-produced or cheap. It has this interesting artisanal feel to it. I think the wine really delivers a lot for the money. Now, the wine can age a bit. You could keep this 2 or 3 years. I don't really see any reason to do that. I don't think this wine really is built to age. It may maintain itself, it has the structure to do that, but it's certainly not going to gain anything from age. Now, also for the price, for around $10, there is a world of options out there. I think this is something that really does deliver for the money. I put it more at the top end of those inexpensive wines. It's fun, it's interesting. I find this wine very enjoyable. Next up is the 2023 Domaine Brusset Laurent B Côte de Rhone. This is made primarily from grenache with lesser amounts of Syrah, Cairanne, and Mourvedre. It's vinified in large vats. There's no overt use of oak. The price is $16.99. I picked it up on promo for just over $14. The appearance is similar to the previous wine, with maybe just the slightest bit deeper color. This is a wine that I've had many times over the years, and in terms of what I drink most often, Côte de Rhone is right up at the top of the list. Now, this makes up a massive amount of wine produced throughout the Rhone Valley, primarily in the south. The styles can be all over the place. The quality can be all over the place. And the truth is there is a good amount of it that is built to a price point. It's more of an industrial style. This one is very different. This is much more serious. This has that artisanal feel to it. And it's been true to form for many years. Now, in terms of the aroma, like the first wine, this does have that red raspberry characteristic to it. Again, that savory, spicy, a little peppery note is here as well. little bit of a dried herb character, which you'll find in many Rhone wines. I think the aroma here is very nice. There's good purity to it. It's expressive. There's a lot to like. On the palate, nice weight here. The fruit is very ripe. It has that volume, nice structure on the palate. That red fruit, that raspberry note is there. A little that savory component is there as well. This one does have a little less acidity versus the prior wine. Again, very typical based on their place of origin. There's also a little bit of tannin on the back palate. And comparing this to the Ventoux, this has a little more structure to it. It's a little bit more weighty, rich, and dense. This is a wine you certainly could age for a few years. I could see this wine going 4 or 5 years. Truth be told, I don't think I could hold on to it that long. I think the wine is just too inviting, and it's really showing very well at this early stage. Now, I think for the price point, you're looking at around $15 or so. This is a little higher versus many of the more broad market industrial style Côtes du Rhônes, but this does deliver. The character is there, the length is there, it has that artisanal feel to it. I think the wine is really nice, and I could see a very broad range of wine drinkers really loving this wine. If you've not yet subscribed, here's your chance. Do it right now. Hit that like button, and if you have any like-minded wine friends, please share this video. All these things help to grow my channel. It's very much appreciated. The next wine is the 2022 Domaine Brusset Cairanne Vigne. This is one of the 18 crus of the Rhone Valley. It gained its own appellation back in 2016. The wine is made from very old Grenache and Syrah vines. The wine has very good aging potential. The price is $29.99. I picked it up on promo for just over $25. It has a deep, well-saturated core with a reddish-purple color. There's also a slight haze, as this wine is not filtered. This wine has long been one of my all-time favorites from the Southern Rhone. It comes from very old vineyards, 80-year-old vines. And what does that actually mean in terms of what you'll find in your wine glass? Well, old vines generally produce lower yields, smaller clusters, smaller individual berries, and the fruit tends to be very concentrated. In this case, the yields are very low, actually lower than what you'll find as a legal minimum in nearby Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Now, in terms of the aroma, dark fruit, savory, spicy, peppery. There's a character here that sometimes is described as guérique, and it's that dried herb character. I remember being in the Southern Rhone many years ago. Early morning I was out, the sun was just coming up, and it was burning off the morning dew, and you could smell that herbal character, which is very typical in the south of France. This wine has that aroma. On the palate, this has wonderful structure to it. It's dense, full, ripe, very good balance. The fruit character has wonderful intensity to it. There's that spicy component there, again, a little bit peppery, smoky. There's a lot going on here. Now, this wine has only been open for about 10 minutes or so. I think it really will develop as the evening goes on. And the structure here leads me to believe this wine could easily age another 10 years or so and actually benefit. It's not just hold, but the wine will certainly improve. It's really a brilliant wine from start to finish. And even though there's a lot of power and depth here, a lot of concentration, there's also this element of elegance. It's not just a very heavy-handed wine. It's nuanced. There's a lot of character here. I think the wine is absolutely fantastic. And in my opinion, this can very much hold its own against Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Gigondas, which oftentimes can be much more expensive. Today's video featured 3 outstanding wines from the Southern Rhone, all from the same source. All 3 are just tremendous values. As for me, I'm going with the Cru Côtes du Rhône. I hope you're drinking something interesting as well. And please stop back again before too long. Cheers.